What is up, YouTube? We are back to talk about UFC 316 Merab vs. O'Malley 2 in Newark, New Jersey. Decent card. Honestly, it was above expectations on my end. 8 of the 13 fights I got correct, 4 of them being perfect. We're going to break it down, and we're going to start off with the first fight, which was Markel Medeiros defeating Mark Choinsky. I had Medeiros. I thought he was going to do a second round KO. We were kind of close, maybe, just with like the leg kicks and all the nonsense that was going on over there. But either way, I don't know how he didn't finish the fight. Just kind of, I feel like this is kind of how Medeiros is, man. He'd just rather win an easy decision rather than risk it all. I I want to say nothing wrong with that, cause like there kind of isn't, but at the same time it's like, I felt like you could have done something. But either way, um, good fight. Medeiros looked really good. He's definitely improved a lot since not the last time we saw him, because that was very recently, but since like 2 years ago, I think was the last fight he fought before that. And yeah, man, good for him. Be interesting to see what happens with him next. I think, yeah, I think I had all 3 rounds for Medeiros. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I did have all 3 rounds for Medeiros. So, yeah, good for him. We'll see what happens um, next, I guess. I mean, he's nowhere near the ranking still. I think he's going to have to get 2 or 3 more wins, honestly. Very competitive division. But, yeah, shout out to Markel Medeiros. And then on to the next fight, we have Quillen Salkilde versus Yanel Ashmus. I had Ashmus by decision. He lost by decision to Quinlan Salkilde, who I think is now, he might be on the watch list. I'll put it at that. Uh, and also, when I was breaking down this video, I feel like such an idiot because I was saying he wasn't on the watch list because of something he did in the fight before. However, the fight before was him knocking out Anshel Jubilee in literally, what was it, 15 seconds, not even. So, yeah, I was mixing them up with maybe the other Australian. That's a welterweight, though. What's it, Mikhailov? But I think Mikhailov's on my watch list. So, I don't know. Either way, though, Salkild looked good. He was trying to implement the grappling and everything. I had it 29-28 for Salkild. I had him winning the first 2 rounds. Round 3, he got sloppy a little bit for sure. Asmus was starting to land, but it clearly wasn't enough. So, shout out to Salkild. I think he's like mid 20s, so he's got a lot of time. I'm saying let's not rush this guy. Let's see what he can do. Um, let's take our time with this guy, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But Australia, you might have another one. So shout out to Australians around the world. On to the next fight, we have Ju Sang Yo defeating Jekka Sergi by KO in 28 seconds into the first round. Diamond, give me some. Wheeler? I'll take it. All right, either way. So, yeah, man, this Jusang Yo guy, he's definitely going on the watch list. He looks like an orthodox Korean McGregor. That's what I'm calling it, man. But nah, man, first fight, it looks so nasty though. On the back foot, just landing that hook, and he didn't even put too much power into it. It was all technique. That is beautiful. That's the stuff that gets you on the watch list. We'll be very interested to see who they match him up with next. I think it's also kind of wild that his nickname is Zombie Junior, and he walked out to Zombie by the Cranberries. Like that was kind of awesome, but at the same time, I was like, like I feel like that's only a Korean zombie thing, but at the same time, I was like, nah, this works either way, especially if you're winning money. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to him though. I think I think with him, he is 31 from what I remember when I was watching. I wouldn't say you have to rush him, but you have to get him up there sooner rather than later. You know, it's not like Sal Kill where it's like, he's in his mid-20s. Give it time, build him up, you know. I'd say let's get this guy into another fight before he faces like the Arosas and everything. So that will be the next fight after that. But yeah, I'm trying to think like a middle tier featherweight right now. I kind of can't. But either way, great for Yo. I had Yo by first round KO. Um, it was honestly a guess. I really just saw both of them were going to come out there, start swinging. I had no idea who this guy was. I didn't know he was a heavy favorite. So I want to say that that was more so luck, but whatever. Either way, we got it right. On to the next fight, we got Kong Wang defeating Ariane Lipsky da Silva by decision. I called that perfectly again, and I'm so glad I went with that because I was starting to double think. I was like, no, Wang's way better. She'll find a KO. Nope. Classic MMA of the women's divisions. You gotta bet decision, no matter how heavy the favorites are, whatever. It's just a safe bet. That's what you gotta do. So I was kind of watching this fight. I just remember I think Lipsky also had a lot of issues with the leg kicks. So either way, Kong Wang, she's here to stay, I guess, until she gets fraud checked by someone who can grapple decently. So we'll see what happens with that. But either way, on to the next fight, we have Andreas Gustafsson versus Chaos Williams. I had Chaos Williams by decision. He lost pretty clearly too, man. It's one of those things, man, where he just couldn't get anything off. It's just like Gustafsson was like glued to him, man. It was kind of crazy. The cardio is something you're gonna have to watch out for with Gustafsson. He's a machine in his own right, but either way, shout out to Gustafsson for getting it done. R.I.P. Chaos Williams. I think Chaos took this on such short notice too, so I can't even fault him too much. But at the same time, it's like maybe the division's finally passing Chaos Williams to the point where he's not even a gatekeeper anymore into the rankings at least. So yeah, either way, I had Gustafsson, or no, I had Chaos Williams. Gustafsson won. It is what it is. On to the next fight. We have Waldo Cortez Acosta defeating Sergey Spivak. I had Cortez Acosta by decision. I was kind of sketching about this. I was like, there's 100% a world where Spivak just wrestles him the whole time, get these sloppy entries that just somehow work because they're all fat slobs, whatever, yada, 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 whatever. But Cortez Acosta did shrug off most of the takedowns from what I remember. I was kind of also partially watching that. So I'm happy. We finally get someone new in the top 10 of heavyweight. Granted, I think he gets smoked by everyone above him. I think Aspinall destroys him. Gon beats him soundly. I think Pavlovich chins him. I think Volkov schools him. I don't know. I hope I'm proven wrong to an extent, even though I'm not a big fan of this guy. It's just like we just need some new guys in there. But yeah, I meant with the current state of the heavyweight division, I think, he fights one more guy and then title shot probably, just with how weak that division is. But either way, man, shout out to Cortez Acosta for getting it done, saving the division in a way. So good job, man. On to the next fight, though. We got Azama Mirzakhanov defeating Brenson Ribeiro, whatever. I had Mirzakhanov first round KO. He had me scared initially. I was like, he's just gonna play with his food. He's gonna take his time, whatever. No, he found it. I think it was like a left hook to the temple that kind of grazed it and then put him down and then ground and pound. And yeah, man, just goes to show there's absolutely levels even within the UFC. Azamad was like number 11 in the world. Bibero is like, shouldn't he be on the roster in my opinion? So I don't know. It was too easy, honestly, of a prediction. I'm glad I got that correct, but we'll see what happens with that. On to the next fight, though. A fight that I wish I was paying attention to more. I was trying to, but I was too busy getting smoked in the show. So it was Joshua Van defeating Bruno Silva by KO with a minute left in the third round. Josh Van, actually, well, I took him off my watch list when he lost to Charles Johnson, but I've been so high on Josh Van for a while, man. I'm so glad he was able to do it. And thankfully, I'm dropping this video tonight because it is, I think, officially announced that he is stepping in to face Royval in that title eliminator fight after Cop pulls out yet another fight. And I worry about Van in that aspect against Royval, just because Royval is so well-rounded that I think it's going to pose a lot of issues in multiple areas. But I'm also so happy that my boy Josh Van is getting shot at a title eliminator, making a quick turnaround, looking good for the company. I love this, and I will be watching that live in person. That's awesome. Can't wait for that. So shout out to Van. I had him by decision, but he did it by that third round KO. So good for him. I wish I had more takeaways from the fight. I was like, looking down, looking back up at the screen, all that. So, but he just kind of looked like he was putting it on Bruno Silva. And this is the thing. I think Bruno Silva took so much damage in that Cop fight that, like, he might not even look the same. So, and that's nothing to take away from Van, because Van put on an absolute clinic. But at the same time, man, I think Bruno Silva, wouldn't say wash, but I'm going to start questioning durability, no doubt about it nowadays, for sure. But on to the next fight, we have a tough one. A really, really tough one. We have Kevin Holland defeating Vicente Luque by submission in the second round. I don't mind Holland. I used to be a much bigger fan before the whole Rampage BS and all that. I just thought that was such a weird, petty thing, and it kind of just made me think a bunch of other stuff. But, still kind of am a fan of Kevin Holland. However, Vicente Luque is my boy. You hate to see that, man. Oh, it hurts. It hurts so much. But, I think from what I remember, I don't remember much. I thought maybe I wasn't paying attention to this fight either, which is crazy. I bought the pay-per-view. Was I really not paying attention? I can't remember too much from this fight, honestly. Like, I think I remember more. Oh, man. Boy, am I casual. Jeez, but yeah, either way, man, I think it was like a Darce choke again. It's too easy, man. I think Holland needs to stay at welterweight. Clearly, he succeeds way more over there. And then as for Luque, man, I kind of hope he retires or has a fun matchup. Please give me something good. Except Pete Alonso, I'm gonna throw up. I hate this game. I hate this game. This game sucks. Ah, gosh. But yeah, either way, man, it is what it is. On to the next fight. We have Mario Batista defeating Patchy Mix by decision. Oh my gosh, am I never ever gonna trust a guy coming over from Bellator PFL? As if Pitbull didn't show me anything literally a month or 2 months ago. Like, what a. Ah, dude, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. Patchy Mix just was out there, flat-footed, getting pieced up from Mario Batista for 15 minutes. I think they said he shot 2 takedowns the whole fight. I don't remember seeing one. I don't remember seeing one, man. And like, I don't get this. Like, you're a wrestler, brother. Wrestle. Like, I'm not saying wrestle for all 15 minutes. If you wanted to prove a point, whatever, go do it. I didn't see anything. Anything. That was horrible, dude. Bautista was just landing, right hand to the body, straight to the body, whatever. Uh, was it, body kicks, it was everything, man. It was just too easy. And then, both of them are complaining at the press conference after, like, their initial thoughts after the fight. They're like, oh, well, don't say Patchy Mix is this one-time thing. He's a three-time champ, and I did that. That's what Bautista was obviously saying. And then Mix is like, oh, I took on 3 weeks' notice against a guy on an 8-fight win streak. Brother, in the press conference, you were talking so much stuff. You were saying you were the best bantamweight on the roster. You said you were going to run through him. No, that was horrible. Oh, brother, am I sick? Am I sick to my stomach? That was disgusting, honestly. I could not believe that I literally was so hyped for this guy, even though I'm always usually wary about Bellator PFL guys. This guy was not it, honestly. I had Mix third round sub. He got destroyed in decision. Um, did I grade that fight? I don't even remember if I put my picks to verdict. Let's see. What did I have? What did I have? Okay, so I scored the first 2 rounds to Bautista, but I'm pretty sure like it was all three. Yeah, I just probably forgot to actually put it in. So whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. Moving on. Joe Pyfer defeating Kelvin Gastelum by decision. I had Piper by second round KO. Thought he was gonna get it done, man. Man, I thought it was gonna happen in the first round. Actually, he knocked down Gaslam. I think it was twice, but I definitely remember the one time. This dude hits like a truck, man. It's crazy. But the problem is, he's so one-dimensional in his striking. Still, it pains me. There's no jabs. There's no feints. It's just he's just loading up that right hand every single time. Like if he was able to work off a jab or something, man, he would be solid, I would think. But, you know, it's so tough. It's so tough, man, to really buy into the hype of Piper again, like after that Hermanson fight. Because I'm confident he can beat these guys. Like, this was my lock of the card that he was going to beat Gastelum. But when you start facing the middleweights that are like, even like the Vittoris, man, the Vittoris of the world and all that, it's like, I question it. Can he do it? I don't know still. I don't know. I hope he can, but I don't know. So I'm hoping Joe Pyfer can pull that off. We'll see what happens. Either way, yeah. Moving on to the next fight. We got such a fun fight in this one. Kayla Harrison defeating Juliana Pena by submission at the very end of the second round. My goodness, Pena. Even though I bet Harrison, Pena, what was that? Just now we don't get the Nunez trilogy that everyone so wanted. It's whatever. Yeah, but Kayla Harrison wins. She looked dominant. I am intrigued for the Nunes match. Like, as intrigued as I can be. Like, there's almost no fight at women's bantamweight that would really get me like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. So, yeah, I mean, eh, but yeah, I had Harrison by decision because, like I was saying with the Kong Wang fight, that it's a safe bet. You have to do it. But yeah, she got it by second round sub. Made it look easy. Congrats to Harrison. Juliana Pena had up kicks while Harrison was on the ground. They immediately took a point away. Um, yeah, I'm kind of alright with that just because they landed clean and that could have hindered her ability, Harrison's ability. So, yeah, that was a good ref in there. So shout out to him. Looks like we got Harrison Nunes next. As for Juliana Pena, I want her to face Norma Dumont. I think that is the next fight you do. I don't know why I haven't heard anything about Dumont recently, unless I'm just really not paying attention, like, at all. But I think that is the fight to make. And I don't want to say winner gets a title shot, but winner probably gets a title shot. Even if it's Pena. I don't even want to see Pena Harrison too, though. So hopefully they just find another person who doesn't deserve it. I don't know, something. On to the next fight, though. Sean O'Malley gets destroyed by Merab. Yes. I did bet O'Malley third round KO. I thought it was going to happen. I had a weird feeling, or if not KO, I had a robbery. Just, I could smell it. I could smell it with my big nose, man. That a robbery was coming. Um, and O'Malley cheated again. I'm not going to talk about it too much because it doesn't matter. But he held on to the fence multiple times. I saw someone on Instagram, and I don't know how true this is. I'm not even gonna like harp on this because I don't know what it is or whatever. But apparently, like when he took his gloves off, like people saw plaster or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't even matter. But I'm just saying, like this guy sucks. He's a cheater. And the UFC is just force feeding him in our freaking mouths when they know we don't like rainbow stuff. It's whatever. On to the fight, though. Merab. I had Merab winning all three rounds, even though it ended in third round, because it was at the very end, so I did score it anyway. I had Merab winning the first one easily. Second one was a toss-up. They both landed some pretty solid shots. And then third round was just Merab all day. I don't think you can argue 10-8 there, but I mean, he did hold him down for the whole round. O'Malley looked lost. He's it's so weird, man. It's just he is such a great striker, and he has sneaky jujitsu, but his wrestling is so weak. And I'm saying this as like he improved his takedown defense tremendously. Um, I don't know, man. I think O'Malley. It's so annoying too because literally they're gonna give him like a figure-8 matchup. He's gonna win, and then he's gonna be in the title picture again. That's just how the sport works. The credibility is like almost completely lost at this point. It's so crazy, especially with all the Jones antics. But yeah, man. Shout out to Merab. I think I want Merab active. I think he would stay active, and I think that's good for the sport. As much as people hate his style and everything, him being an active champion, like that would be so fun. I think you'll build somewhat of like a brand off of him. I think they could build a brand off of him. They're just being lazy, bro. So it's, I mean, not like a brand like O'Malley. Like O'Malley's always going to attract the 12 and 13-year-olds and stuff, but Merab could get his own fan base, you know, the ones that love his stupid antics but also respect the domination. He could get it. Like he got me. I used to hate Merab. I couldn't stand this dude. And then like even after he beat O'Malley, I was like, he's alright, still he's whatever. And then the Umar fight, I was like, okay, this guy's got me bought in. I was like, this is fun. So I think with Merab, they're gonna do the Corey fight. It seems like they're just trying to not give Jan the rematch at all, which like I kind of get, but I kind of don't get, because why are you having Jan fight number 13 Marcus McGee? Makes no sense. I don't even know. O'Malley's probably gonna take like another at least 6 months off, if not 9 months to a year. And then they'll give him a Figueiredo. If it is closer to that year range, I'm starting to think that it will be someone else coming up. Like, I don't even know. Like, they're not gonna give him a Song Yadong. Like, I'll be honest with you, they won't do that. But yeah. Either way, man. Shout out to Merab, proving me wrong, and that's what I wanted. I was like, it's either I win money with O'Malley or I get proven wrong, but feel way happier with Merab winning. And honestly, for my sake, I need Merab to keep winning so O'Malley doesn't get a title shot again. If O'Malley gets to a 3 fight, 4 fight win streak, Merab retires, loses his belt, vacates, whatever, then I'm fine with it. But like, UFC is gonna do what they did with Adesanya, where it's just all these undeserved title shots, even though Adesanya kind of deserved some of them, because not even some of them, the one he deserved because he was a long reigning champion. It's like it's just people like this are just gonna get force fed into our mouths whether we like it or not, and other contenders are gonna be passed up because they want this guy to be champ. And I'm so glad that Merab won because the UFC, I didn't even know if they released the scorecards before, but I guarantee you, all the judges gave O'Malley round two. Probably one gave round one to O'Malley. Like they were definitely going to cook up something to give O'Malley that win, whatever they could have done, honestly. Letting him cheat by grabbing the fence, all this, they would have done whatever it took, man, because they're in that TV deal. They lost the Topuria and Islam fight. We don't know what's going on with John Jones, even though Dana White's saying it's on again, which I doubt. But yeah, they needed this guy as champion again, it seems like, even though he's not even a superstar like that. Whatever. We won. 8 of 13 correct. 4 perfect. Merab fights Corey. O'Malley fights Figueiredo. And, yeah, dude, I want to see Merab go on a crazy streak. I want to see 5 title defenses. Will it happen? Probably not, just with how weird this sport is and how much things change and everything, but it doesn't seem like he has aspirations to move up, so it's possible. But, you know, as dominant as Merab is, man, this sport is so weird. And, dude, like, I'm going to bet Merab against Corey. Am I worried that Corey's going to find a flying knee? Yes, honestly. I just, like, have a feeling that this Merab era is not going to last too long, which sucks because I kind of do want it to last long. It's just hilarious, honestly. So, that is what it is, honestly. And Merab's already 34 too, man. Like, in a smaller weight class. But he is different. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But either way, YouTube, good card. Um, it was decent, I guess. Honestly, it lived up to the expectations and a little some after that. But you know, can't be too mad about this. This is life. This is how it happens. So hopefully Taporia can pull it off in a few weeks. Hopefully Buckley next week, even though I still love Usman and everything. And we'll kind of go from there. As for the scheduling of the videos, though, it's going to be tricky as I'm going to be out of town for like the whole rest of the month, starting on Thursday. So I will try to release Buckley Usman preview. Will not do a recap, however. And then I will post my predictions for UFC Baku, Azerbaijan, in the as like a YouTube post. And then I will actually no, I won't even be able to watch that because I'll be at a wedding. That sucks, but it's whatever. I'm not too hyped about that anyway. So Baku's not going to get a recap. We'll be back for an insane preview of UFC 317. Insane. I'm talking like special guest, maybe two. I'm talking giveaways, the whole thing. It's going to be crazy. So, other than that, though, YouTube, it is over. I'm out. We will see you in a couple weeks. Oh, wait, no. I will release the Buckley Newsman recap tomorrow or the next day, whatever. Whenever I feel like it, whatever. We'll see ya. Bye.